What's up? What's up? What's up? Have you ever seen anybody just straight up quit the Marines? Yeah. How they did it was, well, I was saying it happened two ways. You just pop on a drug test, and the other way is to basically just like beg to go home, and eventually if you keep begging, you'll go home. It says, how long you been serving now? I'm out. I did my 4 years and got out. Jason Smith said, sheesh, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. What's up? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Sorry I'm late, guys. I was playing basketball and had to do some stuff after. I know I usually get on at 8 o'clock on Fridays, but life happens, so. Hope everyone had a good New Year's. And I hope everyone's having a great start of the year so far. Where do you keep your car when you are deployed? I always brought my car home, but they do offer like a service for you to be able to leave your car on base with the rest of like everybody else's car, and it's secured, and they'll like start it up every so often and stuff like that. But I personally didn't really trust that. I always took my car home, and my parents just looked after it. Jalen said, so what's your daily routine now that you're out? Basically, well, now since the start of the new year, it's go to the gym, think of some YouTube ideas, write some scripts, record some videos, edit some videos, playing basketball. It's just really playing video games. Now I'm getting into video games a lot because I'm trying to, become a gamer as well. So that's basically what it is. Eventually, I'll show you like a vlog of my day-to-day routine. So, yeah, feel me says, do you know anything about Motor T? I mean, yeah, that's how I got around because I was in infantry. But as far as like, do I know in depth what they do on a day-to-day basis? No, but I never really met somebody that hated Motor T. I mean, you're basically just driving stuff. So, Grindin Shadow TV says, if you're training for the Marine, should you work out like a bodybuilder or an athlete? I would say like an athlete. Strength doesn't really mean anything in the Marine Corps, to be honest. They don't really care how much you can bench press or squat or anything like that. Sure, people will have competitions within like themselves, but like as far as like being able to actually do the job as a Marine, I would say you more need to be like an overall athlete than a bodybuilder. You need to be able to have good cardio, be able to have good stamina, and sure, you need to be able to be a little strong as well. It helps out, but you don't have to be a bodybuilder. So Keith says, have you been to Norway? Because I'm going in a few weeks. Nope, I did not get to go to Norway in my time in the Marine Corps, and I'm glad I didn't because I really do not like the cold. NHG Jordan _ says, what's your social security number? 123456789. That's what it is. Don't use it for too much. Let's see. Roxanne says, I think that's how you say that. I hope that's how I say it. Sorry if I messed it up. Would you recommend joining the reserves over active duty just to get a specific job within the MOS field and then switching to active after you get that MOS you want? So my viewpoint on that, you can actually wait until you get that job opportunity that you want for the active side. I mean, you might not just go to boot camp when you want to, but you can just wait until that job slot is open. Now, you can't necessarily be guaranteed a specific job with any MOS. You can't really be guaranteed that. It's more so the needs of the Marine Corps and timing. So you might not even get the chance to get that specific job, even if you went the other way. Now, you might have a better opportunity, like you said, with going to reserves and switching active, but there's always no guarantee, and that's one thing you will learn about being in the Marine Corps. You don't really get guaranteed anything until you're actually doing it and like hands-on stuff like that. So I wouldn't, be set 100% on that plan, Roxanne. I hope that's how you say that. But yeah, you can do it that way if that's what you want to do. More so the reserves. If I was to go to reserves, it would be more so to go to school, and maybe because I got some stuff going on at home, I can't really leave right away type thing. I need to be at home for a little minute. I would do that as far as that. That's why I personally would join the reserves. Other than that, I would just go active. Oregon Street says, how much money did you have after the military? So me, not much, not like too much. I know some people have left with like 20,000, 22,000, but they also never did anything. They I just stay in their room. Me, I was out partying every chance I got. I was blowing through money. You know, I was 17, coming to the military, having free reign. So I went wild. So I didn't have that much, but I had a decent amount. Jalen says, I'm going to start a YouTube this year. So what's your first camera you purchased? All right, so with that, very first camera I ever purchased was a Canon M50, right? This right here. This is my first camera that I ever purchased. But I didn't purchase this camera until like I got home out of the Marine Corps. I used my phone, and especially like now with the newer phones, like iPhone 13, perfect like camera quality for you to start a YouTube channel. But I was recording on a freaking 11, I think. So that's what I use for all my videos, and I had a MacBook, and that's all I use. So I wouldn't get really focused on the whole equipment thing. I would get more so of getting your foot in the door, getting your feet wet, and just really pumping out videos any way you can. But yeah, Canon M50, great camera. So Jack Farrell says, what kind of work can you after being in the infantry? To be honest, you really don't qualify for too much after being in the infantry. Sure, you can be a police officer, firefighter, EMT, stuff like that, security jobs, even management positions. A lot of people like infantry guys because that's just the natural leadership and being a leader within the specific MOS field. So, but as far as like big paying jobs, like no. You can also probably qualify for the FBI, maybe CIA type stuff, but it's not really too much. As far as like if you were in like if you were working on planes or something like that, you could come out of the military and definitely get a job really fast because you worked on military aircraft, so you definitely can get a job really fast off of that, but not too much off infantry. Do you know anything about the MSG program? I don't know anything specific. Like I can't give you details about MSG program. But like as far as being a Marine security guard, a lot of people like it because you do get to go to foreign countries. You do travel a lot. You do get to stay there too for free, and you get nice treatment and stuff. I personally will say though, once you come back to the infantry, you might not get treated too well, just because you don't really do your job, your specific MOS as MSG. You're not like if you are a machine gunner, but you're an MSG, you're not gonna really be doing machine gunner things in MSG, as far as what I got the grasp on it. Now you only do that for 2 years, and then you come back to the fleet for your last 2 years of your contract or whatever, and now you're in the infantry. So now you have to actually do your job as far as being a machine gunner, and most of the people from MSG don't really know how to do that. Versus the guys that have been doing it for 2 years straight or 3 years straight, so they kind of get treated like new guys, even though they've been in for like 2-3 years. So yeah. Kayla Thompson says, my ship date is June 27th for the Marines. Any tips or advice? Well, definitely watch my channel. Hopefully I got some good videos on there for as far as tips and advice. But no, any advice or tips? So one, get your mental ready, right? So handle anything you got home. Spend time with your family. I'm telling you right now, spend time with your family as much as you possibly can. Of course, work out whenever you have the time to, but you don't have to be in like tip-top shape. You're going to get you ready for boot camp. But boot camp is really just a mental thing, to be honest. So as long as you're mentally ready to go, then I believe you can go. And as long as you're meeting the bare requirements for the physical stuff, then you're good. Kevin Hernandez says, went to the recruiter yesterday, scored a 68 on the practice ASVAB. What jobs can I get? Dude, honestly, you can get pretty much almost any job. I got a 69 on the ASVAB, and I qualified for a lot. So, yeah, you can qualify for a lot. Your recruiter will show you exactly what you qualify for. So, definitely take your time picking a job because you definitely can qualify for a lot, depending also on what your GT score is as well. Just because you have a high ASVAB score doesn't mean you had a high GT score. They're two different scores. So, yeah, you pronouncing it right. LOL. Okay, cool. Roxanne. Yeah, feel me? That's a funny name. I leave for the Marines soon. I'm barely doing any pull-ups, but max out on push-ups. You think I'll be good? Yeah, as long as you're getting the minimum requirements, whatever it is now. I knew when I came in it was like 3. I think it's 5 now. But as long as you can do that minimum requirement of those 5 pull-ups or whatever it is now, then yeah, you're good. Jay LOL says, did you save majority of your money you made from boot camp? Fuck no, I didn't. I came out of boot camp and blew, I think, almost all that shit. excuse me, on my 10 days of boot leave. But I would definitely advise saving it. But like I said, I was 17. I was wanting to have fun. First time out of the house, new state, so I was going wild. Kevin or somebody or Mitchell told me to re-enlist. No, I'm good on that. Kevin Hernandez says, is it hard to get a recon contract out of the gate? I would not recommend that whatsoever, because if you fail, then you're going to get put probably wherever the Marine Corps needs you. So I would definitely recommend going to the infantry first and just trying out for recon. Because recon's just a step up from the infantry. So if you don't even like the infantry, then you're not going to like recon. You know what I'm saying? Because they just do what we did, but times like 2, times 3. So if you're not that kind of person, then I wouldn't even recommend going for recon. So I would definitely go infantry first and then recon. Spy Caster says, where do you sleep or stay in during MOS school? I went to SOI, so I stayed in the barracks. I was on, that Camp Geiger? So yeah, but I don't know like specific MOS schools. Like if you're not a grunt, I can't really tell you anything about that because I don't know about that process. So Roxanne with an E says, so I read that if you join reserves, you are guaranteed to choose your specific job within the MOS field and get it, unlike the active duty. Is that different with the Marines? Is it not guaranteed? Look, I'm telling you from my own experience, the Marine Corps cannot really guarantee you anything unless it's in paper. So like you're signing for it in paper, or like you're actually doing it. So like I give you, for instance, when I was on my first deployment, they're like, y'all boys, this is y'all's opportunity. Call home. You're about to go to war, right? You're about to put boots on the ground and freaking Iran. You know, everyone is all hyped up. We're all staying up. We're all like suited up, ready to go. Mags all ready to go. We got live ammunition. We got grenades being handed out. Like we're ready to fucking go. Did we go? No. Or stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's just an example. Or they're like, boys, your deployment's getting changed from Okinawa to, you're going to the Middle East. You're about to go to Iraq or something like that. And did we go? No. So I would just say don't get your hopes and dreams set on that specifically. But if you can definitely get a guarantee, then yeah, go for it. But I just would make sure you get it in writing or something. Let's see. David says, I'm joining the Marines at 25. How fucked am I? I wouldn't say you're fucked at all. It depends on what kind of job you're doing, how mature you are, how good in shape you are. If you're trying to do infantry, I hope you're in some good shape at 25. And you just got to realize that you're coming in and you're going to have 17, 18, 19-year-olds in charge of you at the age of 25. If you're not cool with that, then I wouldn't do it. I do not know how to say your name. Moy Mao? I don't know. How much privacy do you have when taking a shower in boot camp or in the Marines? None whatsoever. In boot camp, you're showering with every single person. SOI, there's group showers still. The only time you get your own personal shower is when you hit the fleet and you get a barracks room. I only had to share my room with, I only had one roommate, so you know, I had definitely a lot of privacy there. Now, if you go to like foreign countries such as like Korea, I know one of their barracks had a group shower, but we were like, fuck that. And we ended up like, we didn't have too many girls with us, so we gave the girls like their own bathroom. And we took over another girl's bathroom, and because they had personal showers, so we just did that. But as far as boot camp, you get no privacy whatsoever. They're going to see all your business and see you when you do everything else. So what do special forces do? JLOL says special forces things. You know what I'm saying? They're just, special forces literally just smaller groups, just small teams, and they do more elite stuff. They get more higher end missions as far as that. Jason Smith says, how about the weather in Ukraine? I don't know about the weather in Ukraine. I know the weather here in Memphis, Tennessee is bipolar as fuck. So Kevin Hernandez says, thoughts about the infantry going to Ukraine or Taiwan sometime in the near future. Both of those, I believe, will happen. Anytime soon, though, maybe not. But I do believe sometime in the future. Actually, I know sometime in the future we're going to go to war with China and or Russia and or both at the same time. I just know the next major war, excuse me, the next major war is going to be the end of all wars. It's going to be World War III, and after that war, it's probably not going to be any more major wars after that. Finney says, question, I'm about to join the Marines, hopefully in April, but I'm out of shape, and my recruiter said I'll be working out with him only on Wednesdays, but I need to keep working out. What are some good workouts? Yeah, definitely meet with your recruiter every single Wednesday. He's going to show you, or she is going to show you exactly what you need to be doing, what you need to work on, stuff like that. as far as working out on your own. Just run on your own, do some push-ups at home, do some crunches. If you have a pull-up bar, do some pull-ups, and that's really all you really have to do. A lot of people are worried about, what workouts do I need to do to prepare for boot camp. You don't really need to do too much, you know what I'm saying? If you're working out at your recruiting station, then yeah, that's all you really need. I mean, all I was doing was working out at my recruiting station every Tuesday and Thursday. Saturdays we would have a fun day, and I was working out, sure, through the whole week, just my own workouts, like weightlifting. But I was already doing that before the Marine Corps. I wasn't like I started weightlifting just because I was going to the Marine Corps. So, yeah, as long as you're doing just some stuff to keep yourself in shape, as far as like cardio-wise, crunches and push-ups and freaking pull-ups, then you're good, honestly. Bobcat says, did you find something about the D-Lab test? I bought a study guide, but I still don't know jack about it. So, sorry, I haven't had time to actually research it this week. I was really busy this week, but I'm going to try my best to research and learn about it or hit somebody up about it this weekend. Tony Film says, I heard that someone can't go to war if they're the only man in the house. Is that true? No, so, like, if you, like, have a brother, you know what I'm saying? Let's say you have a brother. They're not going to send both of y'all into the same war because it would end that bloodline. You know what I'm saying? I do know that's a rule. It's like Saving Private Ryan. That is where that rule came from, type thing. But if you're the only child, no, I don't. That's not a thing, I don't think. P. Jr. Thoughts on parachute rigger and how is the camaraderie / brotherhood in the Marine Corps? Parachute rigger, cool ass job. Definitely do that. How is the camaraderie and brotherhood? It's like none other. You know what I'm saying? I have like 4 or 5, maybe 6 friends that I still talk to outside, like that I was in with, and those are some of my closest friends. Probably are my closest friends, and I trust them more than I trust some of my own family members. I would still trust them with my life now, even though we're out. So, Team A1 says, I'm going to boot camp August 20th or 22nd. I chose Motor T as my MOS, but do I get to choose to do transportation over being a mechanic, or do they choose for me? Like I said, any type of specific job within an MOS is kind of like timing and what the Marine Corps needs at the time. I know for at least SOI, you get a wish list on what you want to do, but most of the jobs are kind of based off your GT score and, like I said, the needs and the timing. So, New Year's resolution. My New Year's resolution was to get back into the gym, get back on a regular gym schedule, and to really push forward my YouTube channel and really put forth more effort and really try to just grind out and get some more exposure, get some more subscribers, get some more videos out, and just honestly just get better at YouTube. So. James Elliott says, my recruiter has me competing for the NROTC scholarship. If I get it, I'm gonna decline. Is this the way? I don't know. If you win that scholarship, I mean, why not go ahead and do it and you just become an officer? I mean, because you're already competing for it, so it's been a thought in your mind. But I would say do whatever makes you happy. Go with your gut. But if it was me, I'd probably accept it and go to college and just be an officer. Drew Stark says, just hit the fleet after watching your vids for over a year. Let me just say I'm unimaginably grateful you recommended the air wing over infantry to me before I enlisted. I'm grinding, brother. No problem. I'm telling you, I'm trying to help out as many people as I can, not have to go through the same stuff I did. So I'm glad I was able to help, man. Someone says, hey, so I'm straight out of high school and I'm thinking of enlisting. It's a toss-up between Navy and Marine Corps. I joined the Corps, but I feel like I get chewed up and spit out if we don't fight. No, that's not the case. As far as like picking between branches, honestly, just go with what best suits you and your needs and all that stuff. Chase, thank you for the donation. Really appreciate it. Every little bit helps, honestly. You didn't even have to do that, so appreciate it. Where was I? Someone says, thoughts on the war in Ukraine and resorting to trench warfare. Yeah, like I said, either one of those wars, whether it's with Russia or China, is going to be one of the last wars. It's going to be a bloody one. It's going to be a bad one. So, do I think it's going to happen anytime soon? No. Excuse me. Noel says, my fiance is infantry stationed at Camp Lejeune. How mixed are male and females in the barracks? Depends on their job. Infantry wise though, they're gonna be infantry, they're going to be surrounded by guys. Well, females will be surrounded by guys because there's not that many females in the infantry. If it's like if they're non-grunt, then it's pretty an even mix. But they usually have their own floor, so it's like a girl floor, guy floor, girl floor, guy floor. But they're all in each other's rooms. Not trying to scare you or anything, but funny you asked that. I'm actually going to come up with a video on like if you should be married or not within the Marine Corps in your first 4 years. So, but if y'all have that good trust and stuff, you don't have anything to worry about. James Elliott says, "Yo, I ship August 1st. That's 2 days before my birthday, and I wish you the best of luck." Terrific Reaper says, "I ship on the 18th. Yeah, you feel me? Do you regret joining?" Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It was something I very much so needed in my life and for my life, so I'm very grateful for everything I went through, the good and bad. Devil's Hour Production says, "I have a question." Well, what's your question? Devil's Hour Production says, "Can you rank up faster if you're in the infantry?" No. I believe it is the slowest ranking MOS in the Marine Corps. Non-grunt MOSs, I'm telling you, like 2 years in, and people are already sergeants or corporals. The average, I'm pretty sure, infantrymen to just reach corporal is at least 2 years. Like I got it in under 2.5 years, but I was really grinding out and I was really doing a lot of stuff. Yeah, so I would not say don't get your hopes on ranking up really fast in the infantry. JLOL says, "Who do you think the U.S. will go to war with next?" I believe China, honestly. Nicholas Barnes says, "What was it like for your first 2 days when you went to boot camp?" Honestly, it was just no sleep and paperwork, and that was about it. Grinding Shadow TV, "How can you study for tests you have to take?" Are you talking about for boot camp? Talking about ASVAB? What are you talking about? Nasty Ken says, "Currently going through the new IMC course for the infantry." Yeah, I heard the SOI school or SOI now is 6 months long. That's insane. When I went through, SOI was 2 months. So JLO said, "I heard infantry ship out to basic faster than any MOS. Is that true?" Yes, because they are like infantrymen are needed more in the Marine Corps. If you did not know, the Marine Corps revolves around the infantry MOS. Literally, every other MOS works for the infantry. If you think about it, Motor T, what do? They drive around infantrymen and stuff like that. Logistics, what are they doing? They're getting stuff for the infantry supply. They have all the infantrymen's gear. Aviation, what are they doing? Flying around infantry guys. You know what I'm saying? Every MOS literally revolves around the infantry. So, yeah, they're going to ship you out faster. Someone asked, did I like being an O341? Fuck yeah, I did. As a boot, though, it kind of sucked just because our seniors made us carry everything, and that's a lot of gear to carry around. But once I got into the senior position, it was so chill, so relaxed. And Mortarmen, you know what I'm saying? They're in the back with the gear, as they say. We're not just necessarily kicking down doors. Sure, we will if we are needed to. But most of the time, we're just chilling in our mortar paws, dropping bombs and chilling, playing cards, joking and smoking, doing whatever. So I loved it, honestly. I loved being a mortarman. Devil's Hour Production says, "I'm shipping out to boot camp in 9 days. I got the infantry contract, but I hear ranking up in the infantry is slow." Yes, it is. Someone asked, what's the biggest difference with officer and jobs with officer? I kind of have a video about this already, but the biggest thing, honestly, is you're not as hands-on. Right, so like an infantry officer is not going to be really kicking down doors. He's not going to really be shooting his rifle. He's not going to be doing all that kind of stuff. He's really more so doing the logistics, making sure his guys is getting gear, getting food, doing paperwork, scheduling ranges, stuff like that. Someone asked, what do you recommend joining to the Marines before or after college? Depends on what you're trying to do in your life, honestly, and what kind of job you want to have within the Marine Corps. TT says, I'm from Iraq and I'm joining in June. Any advice? Pretty much the same advice that I give everybody else. Just make sure you're mentally ready. Of course, try to keep in shape or get in shape if you're not in shape. But you don't have to be super duper in shape before you go to boot camp. But honestly, like I said, boot camp is really a mental thing. So I believe if you're mentally ready to go, then you're good. Teammate 1 says, I'm scared as hell for the rappel tower, not going cap. Well, I didn't do the rappel tower until I got on my second deployment in Japan, and I did the rappel tower in Japan, which is off a mountainside. That was the first time me rappelling, and honestly, it wasn't that bad. It was actually really, really fun, and we got to use like different carabiners and stuff. We got to go like really fast. We got to go nice, slow, and controlled. But it was really, really fun, honestly. And I did if you go to Japan and you get to go to jungle warfare training and get to do the endurance course in Japan, the jungle endurance course, good fucking luck. You're going to be fucking tired. It is a course, let me tell you. But if you're scared of heights, then yeah, you're probably not going to like it. And even the guys that were scared of heights, I mean, they're going to talk you through it and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be scared. But I did not have to do it with military boot camp because it was during the 4th of July. So it was shut down. Nicholas Barnes says, what was it like for your first 2 days when you went to boot camp? Okay, yes, again. Yeah, it was just paperwork and no sleep, and that was it. We didn't really start doing anything until like day 3. We started getting gear and stuff like that. Have you worked with the British Royal Marines or British Army? No, I have not. Someone says, how's the Corps during peacetime? Of course, tons of training, but what comes after that? How's it like just living day to day out of the barracks? Also, is everyone an asshole? Will you be judged every day? Okay, we'll go question by question. Well, also, I have a day in the life of an infantryman. I have a vlog. So if you haven't watched that, I would watch that. But let's go question by question here. How's your Corps during peacetime? Peacetime, you're not doing anything. You're doing training. Some guys feel like it's useless training because they're not using it. So that's where you get a lot of hazing because people are bored. You're going to have a lot of downtime, so you're going to do a lot of cleaning. You're going to have a lot of time to sleep sometimes, play video games. Sometimes you're just going to sit there. And then sometimes you're going to go to the field for like 2 or 3 weeks. So, and then it says, of course, tons of training, but what comes after that? Nothing. More and more training. Or just chilling, cleaning, video games, partying, drinking. Not too much there. How's it like just living day to day out of the barracks? Same thing. If you're not training, you're cleaning, playing video games, and it's the same process over and 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 over again. And working out, throw in some workouts there too. Also, is everyone an asshole? I would say 98% yes. Will you get judged every day? I would say out of the 5 days you go to work, 3 out of 5 probably getting judged by someone. So hopefully I answered that question good. Someone says, what's a good class / course you recommend? What exactly? I need you to be a little bit more specific with that one. Irritating Ice says, why is SOI longer now? Because the Marine Corps is changing, Marine Corps is evolving. It is not going to be the same Marine Corps very much longer. So basically what the new SOI is, I'm going to eventually make a video about it, but the new SOI is if you're not a mortarman, if you do not qualify to be a mortarman, you're not specifically told you're going to be a mortarman, you're going to learn how to be a 0311, a machine gunner, and you're going to learn assaultman stuff. You're going to learn every single MOS pretty much within the actual infantry. So that's why SOI is longer now. Can you join the infantry? Or Anthony Garcia said, can you join the infantry with a 3-point waiver? My GT score is an 87, but my recruiter said that they don't accept waivers. If your recruiter says you can't get accepted with it, then he's probably, or he or she's probably right about that. So I would just retake the ASVAB and try to get a higher GT score. JLOL says, why do my shoulders hurt when doing push-ups? Because you use the front of your shoulders, which is still, this is still part of your chest, consider your chest, but that's why your shoulders probably hurt. And you also use your triceps, so you actually use a lot when doing push-ups. You even work out your core. Finney says, what is the thing behind the crayons with the Marines? I actually don't know where that started. People always just said Marines were the dumbest out of all the branches. So that's why they said they eat crayons. Excuse me. Okay, this one's kind of funny. Jason Smith says, my recruiter is low-key a hoe. Ha ha ha. Or ha ha. He keeps complaining about how waivers are too much paperwork. LMAO. I told him the faster you do it, the faster it gets done. So yeah, you got to think about it. These recruiters don't get to go home until they get done with their work. So the more work you make for them, then the grouchier, the more they're going to complain. So is that right? No. The recruiter should be trying to help you out as much as possible. That's why I could not be a recruiter, because I knew it would come down to either I'll be the best recruiter I possibly can be, or I lose complete time with all of my family. And I did not want to have to balance that, and I did not want to have to be one of those recruiters that would lie to somebody or that would cheat somebody out of the full experience of having a good recruiter. So that's why I did not stay in. But I did get a job offer to stay into the Marine Corps. I could have recruited out of any state, out of any recruiting station. I would have got promoted to a sergeant. I would have got, I think, a bonus as well. But I declined it, and I decided to get out. Because if you haven't watched why I got NJP'd, it was basically over my YouTube channel. Then later on, really like weeks before I was supposed to get out, like everyone was coming to me, like I'm talking about the battalion commander, and stuff like that. Like, hey, Cantrell, you want to stay in the Marine Corps? Like, I'm telling you, I got the pool in the Marine Corps. I can put you anywhere. I heard you want to be a recruiter. If you want to be a drill instructor, go be a drill instructor. But he was basically like, yeah, you can go recruit out of any state, any recruiting station. So I could have been a recruiter at one of y'all's recruiting stations if I really wanted to. But I was like, fuck that, I'm getting out. Joe Toe Jam Jelly. Jeez, Toe Jam Jelly. Toe Jam Jelly. Say that 3 times fast. Anthony, they should accept it. I don't know why recruiters saying that. Yeah, I've never heard no one get into infantry with an 87 GT score. Usually an 87 GT score will get you into infantry. I mean, I got into infantry with I had a 110, but you know what I'm saying? That's not too far off from 87. So I don't know why you couldn't get into infantry with that. Usually the infantry just takes the bare minimum of everything. So I don't know. Makes TV says, do you recommend aviation or engineer? I would go aviation. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. Solo Success says, bruh, why don't you try and branch out into other shit instead of just Marine Corps shit constantly? I'm trying. You got to realize, like, being a YouTuber is a hard job, right? It is a very, very hard job. It's not as easy as you think. To be able to, just for me, I believe the amount of subscribers I got now is an accomplishment. 24,000 people subscribe to me. It is a lot. And it is, like, once you get into a niche and you master a niche, it's hard to kind of branch off to other niches. You got to think, I built an audience off the Marine Corps. Is my audience going to want to see me do other things? If y'all do and y'all support me and y'all some real subscribers, then yeah, you'll support me. But you know what I'm saying? It's kind of scary sometimes. I want to really branch off and pursue other things, but that's why I'm trying to slowly do it. Like with like motivational type videos or gaming videos, I'm slowly doing it, but eventually I will. I eventually want to talk about how to start a YouTube channel, how to grow on Instagram, how to be like your own boss and have that mentality, and do video games at the same time. So yeah, but I promise I will eventually get off the Marine Corps topic, because eventually I'll run out of stuff to talk about and it'll become very repetitive. So someone says, I think it's Payro. I hope that's how you say it, Payro. Thanks for the answer, Trell. Hopefully y'all ain't doing your okay. Slow this down. Thanks for the answer, Trell. Hopefully y'all ain't doing your real job, because that mean war has started. If I see you, I see you. Thanks again, bro. No problem. Jason Smith says, what is a 3-point waiver? So basically it's like if you don't have the score needed and you're barely there, like you're like right behind it, basically you can get a waiver, just wave in that score for you. Toe Jam Jelly says, Trell, where the fupas at, bro? No idea. JLOL, what is a GT score? GT score is basically like, how can I explain this? So you have your ASVAB. All the subjects in the ASVAB, they're all put together to give you your total ASVAB score. The GT score is basically like the end of the ASVAB. So it's like mechanicals, like how good are you with mechanics, and there's like these puzzles that are like super easy to do, and how good are you at those. Pretty sure that's where the majority of the GT score comes from. So Let me see. JL says, question, do you have to be vaccinated COVID-19 before boot camp, or will they vaccinate you when you arrive? I do not know the answer to that, but do you have to be vaccinated to be in the military? Absolutely. So either you're going to have to get it before, or like you said, at boot camp. So yeah, look forward to either one. Someone asked, why do infantrymen rank up slow in the infantry? You got to think about it. There's a lot of infantrymen. You're competing with a lot of people, and it's kind of hard to stand out unless you're going above and beyond 24/7, and it's very, very hard to do. I'm telling you that right now. Very, very, very hard. But yeah, that's why it's so slow. Other MOSs, you don't have that many people, so when somebody gets out, you know, everyone's going to move up. You know what I'm saying? So Diego says, what rifles were you guys issued? Let's see, when I came in, I got an M16, and then it was an M4, and then they came out with the IAR. So I had like 3 rifles that I went through while in the military. So Adrian Bell says, did your time in the Marine Corps seem to go by really fast or slow? You just have to look at it going meal by meal, right? So Marine Corps, if you go to the whole Marine Corps, boot camp went by fast. That's why I went by fast. First 2 years in the Marine Corps, like in the Fleet Marine Corps, horrible. They were slow. Just because we were getting fucked up, people getting hazed, like life was miserable. Now, well, actually, I wouldn't say it went by slow. I think it went by fairly fast. Now, my last 2 years in the Marine Corps, like after my first deployment, went by entirely slow because I was anticipating getting out. So yeah, it went by really, really, really slow. Especially my last year was the longest year of my entire life. So, but boot camp, meal by meal, that's what I would have that mentality for boot camp though, meal by meal. I promise you, boot camp will go by so freaking fast. How do female staff NCOs behave? Are they a handful? Some of them are, just because they're females and they're surrounded by males, so they try to do the most. But some of them are chill. I've met some really cool, like, NCO, like, females that were just, you know, like bros. So someone says they gotta evolve from the crayons. Yeah, Marines do need to evolve from the crayons. Let's see. Jackson Kite says, I was guide in boot camp and it was asked, do you think it would be pretty much the same at ITB or would it be worth it? There's not really a guide at ITB. There's like squad leaders and stuff, but there's not a guide. Would it be worth it? Sure, if you want to be in a leadership position and really stand out, because you possibly can get an award at SOI and get ranked up, I'm pretty sure. Or you get an award and it'll make you look really good and it will help towards your promotions to rank up quicker. So I know a guy that pretty much right after SOI became a corporal. Of course, he got, I think, honor grad in boot camp, so he automatically got Lance Corporal from that. Got to SOI, was a complete beast. Got freaking award there. Pretty much hit the fleet, picked up corporal, and this guy was only in the Marine Corps for like a year and a half, maybe. But he was trying to go MARSOC. I think he got injured, though, and wasn't able to go, but this guy was a freaking monster. How do you study for ASVAB? I'm glad you asked that. Titan, I will be coming out with a video like in maybe a week, 2 weeks. I got it. I'm editing it right now as we speak. So, but I have a video already out, but I kind of made an updated version of it. Anthony Garcia, what do you think about admin Marines, and do you think I should take the job? I am only planning to do 4 years. Absolutely, do it. You will not like have any problems, I promise. I heard everyone loves admin. So Toe Jam Jelly says, a limb. What are you struggling with? What a limb? Oh, limb says how to study. Okay, look at that. Love that. Helping each other out in the chat. Absolutely, do it. That is actually one of my points in my video is get a study group, get a study friend. So Jordan Harding says, field artillery, do it. You'll like it. It's pretty much just being a mortarman, but not being a mortarman. You just do everything on a computer and kind of just shoot big ass fucking 120 millimeter and up freaking like basically bomb. So they vaccinate you at boot camp. There you go. Someone just answered that question. Whoever asked, do you get vaccinated before or during boot camp? There you go. Adrian Bell says, also, what do you do all day besides YouTube now that you're out of the Marine Corps? Work out, play basketball, spend time with family, stuff like that. But I might go to school. I might end up going to college. I'm not for sure yet. Still deciding. So, Adrian Bell, thank you for the donation. Really appreciate it. Toe Jam Jelly says, try Grammar Hero on YouTube. He breaks it down step by step. If not, you can also buy an ASVAB book at any bookstore. That was another one of my points. ASVAB books, really good help. Are there computer MOSs? Yes, there are. And fun fact with that, Marine Corps is actually about to let people completely skip boot camp, or it's in the works, for any kind of computer MOS thing. Like if you went to college for it, you're basically going to be able to come straight into the Marine Corps, and I'm pretty sure you'll come in with some rank underneath your belt as well, because they're trying to combat the cyber war of like China and stuff like that. So, but that's still in the works. I don't think it's 100% yet. So, I have a tattoo on both of my wrists. Would that disqualify me? No, should not anymore. You just can't have tattoo on your hand. So, Matthew Bree says, got an IST tomorrow. I'm sick as fuck though, shaking my head. Just push through it. I'm telling you, push through it, get over with, and you don't got to do it anymore. Valkyrie Hype Person, what places have you been stationed or deployed to besides Japan? So I was stationed in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. I did some training in Virginia. My first deployment was to Malta, Italy, Greece, Spain, Tunisia, Africa, off the coast of Libya, off the coast of Iran. I went to the Suez Canal, got to see Egypt, got to see Iran, got to see like all that stuff through the Suez Canal, all those countries. And then, like you said, I went to Japan, my second deployment, and South Korea. Let me see. Yeah, Frank G. Is it a good idea to join the Marines when I'm skinny and like 2 pounds under weight requirements? I'm telling you right now. Well, if you're not meeting weight requirement, just gain those 2 pounds. But being skinny, being small, being short, being tall, being a little bit overweight, being a little bit underweight does not determine whether you will be a good Marine. Does not determine whether you will make it. I came into the Marine Corps 145 pounds. I left the Marine Corps 100 and almost 80 pounds. You know what I'm saying? You're going to grow. You're going to develop. You're going to gain muscle and stuff like that. So don't stress yourself out. I'm like, I'm too small. I'm too short. I'm only 5'8", 5'7". I'm like 5'7" and a half, 5'8". Like, it doesn't matter. That stuff does not matter. It's your mental. It is your heart. It is how determined you are, how motivated you are. Thomas Henderson says, I've wanted to join Marines for a while, but I recently got a DUI. I'm 18. Is it likely for me to get a waiver? All right, so I will give y'all an insight. I actually got a DUI when I was in the Marine Corps. I'm going to make a video about how it happened, how I got away with it pretty much. But I got a DUI in the Marine Corps. It does not determine who you are, one. It does not destroy your career. Now, as far as having a DUI before joining, yes, you can still join the Marine Corps having a DUI. I knew somebody that joined the Marine Corps that shortly after the DUI, and they couldn't get their license back until almost 3 years of being within their Marine Corps contract. Like, they still were waiting to get their license back. So yeah, you're good. You should still be able to get in the Marine Corps. What are my thoughts on MSG? I kind of already talked about it earlier, but if you just join MSG, basically so MSG, let's say you're a machine gunner and you're going to MSG. You're going to go do MSG things. So you're going to go some foreign country or wherever. You're going to stay there for about 2 years. You're not going to really do your infantry job, though. You're not going to be a machine gunner. You're going to have to come back to the fleet for your last 2 years and do your job, but you're not going to really know how to do it. And you might get treated like a new guy, might get treated like crap. So, yeah. Let's see. Whose name have I not seen yet? Jace Tucker. Have I seen you yet? Yo, the Young Marines are stationing me in VA. That's what's up. Let me see. Who else have I not seen? Diego. I think it's funny you pronounce everybody's last name also except mine. Never gets old. Yeah, okay, Diego. How do you say your last name? Tazkiglone. I have no idea how to say it. I do not want to mess it up, and I don't want to offend anybody. So if your last name is hard to say, I'm sorry, but I'm going to say the easier out of your name, like the easier one out of your name. So if your first name is easier to say or your last name, that's which one I'm going to say, because I do not want to offend anybody, and I do not want to mess up your name. So Malachi Harry, there we go. Why are infantrymen called pogues? Infantrymen are not called pogues. Infantrymen are called grunts. Pogue means a person, other, personnel, person, whatever, however you want to say it, other than grunt. So, Miles Trimble. How often do you get drug tested in the Marines? Now, when I first joined the Marine Corps, I barely got drug tested. I may have got drug tested 2 times. I'm not going to lie. We were doing hella fucking drugs. I'm not going to even cap. But that was my first commando. My second command, oh my god, we were taking drug tests almost every fucking week, and it was so fucking annoying because you gotta stand in this long ass line because everybody's getting drug tested at the same time. Now, were people still doing drugs? Yeah, but that shit was so annoying. So it honestly depends on what kind of command you got, honestly. So Tony Orr, thank you for the donation. And your question is, any advice for SOI? Leaving Monday, plus you are definitely one of the reasons I joined. Well, one, I want to say that is awesome to just, be able to have that part, have a mark on your life like that, to be able to say, I helped this guy or girl join or whatever. That's for anybody. It really means a lot to me, honestly. It's better than any money, any monetary value. It's better than having a bajillion subscribers. If I can help out one person, that's honestly what I'm doing it for. But any advice for SOI? Leaving Monday, plus you were definitely a reason I joined. SOI, you need to really, really pay attention to everything that you possibly can, because that is your last step before hitting the fleet. When you hit the fleet, you're hitting the ground running. And if you do not know your job, you're going to get shit on, honestly, because my seniors love saying this. They'll ask us something or ask somebody something, and be like, how did the fuck do you not know that? You just got a SOI. So you really need to pay attention. You really need to study, ask questions there while you can, so you have a good understanding of what your job is and what's going to be expected from you. But that's something I wish I had did a little bit more, was just really pay attention a little bit more. Now I naturally am good with test taking and learning things. I was really smart in school and stuff like that, so it didn't really bother me as much. But some people that are not as that didn't do as good in school and have problems studying, they need to study a little bit more. I'm definitely telling you want to, because that's your first thing your seniors are going to do when they see you, questioning stuff that they know you just learned SOI. And if you can't retain that knowledge, then it's going to just make your life harder. But Tony, or hopefully I answered that question, and thank you for the donation as well, and good luck. What are your thoughts on MSG? Okay, I already got that one. Any PZ says, any advice from me about to leave for boot camp very soon? I like the content, Trell. Great, thank you so much. Any advice from me leaving for boot camp? Like I tell everybody, get your mental prepared. Also, do the bare minimum. Run crunches, push-ups, pull-ups, and spend time with your family. You know what I'm saying? So, how was South Korea? I'm going there soon. Honestly, it kind of sucked. I went there during COVID and couldn't really get to explore. Didn't get to go to Seoul. It was really cold. Yeah, it just wasn't fun, honestly. Wasn't. Their base, though, if you go to Camp Humphreys, that is a nice base. That is a nice military base. So, yeah. Let's see. Ellis Tang? I don't know how to really say it. Sorry if I messed it up. To you, how are infantry officers viewed? What are your experiences with new second lieutenants? Great question. What should they do to earn respect from the platoon? How are infantry officers viewed? Depends on how they interact with the enlisted, right? So it's kind of based off your next question. Sorry, excuse me. What are the experiences with new second lieutenants? So if a second lieutenant comes in and acts like they know every fucking thing about a job that they just started, they're like, oh my, that's so fucking annoying. Especially, like, it doesn't matter who you are. Like, if you've been in 2 years and some second lieutenant's trying to come and tell you how to do your job, we have a problem with that. Like, I've been doing it for 2 years. You just literally started and you don't even know what you're talking about. You don't even do the job. You're just an officer. You're doing paperwork. So if they're one of those kind of officers, then they're gonna get shit on. They're gonna get hated. Then it says, what should they do to earn respect from their platoon? Is basically, don't micromanage your guys. Like, don't try to tell your guys or act like you know more than the guys that have been doing it for 2-3 years. Like, learn from the guys, ask for advice, and I promise you it's going to make your life as a freaking officer a lot easier. Clay Parker says, would it be a good idea to join the Marines at 26? Woo. It depends what kind of job you're doing. Would I recommend you join the infantry at 26? Maybe not. Depends on how good in shape you are. Are you okay with having a 19-year-old be in charge of you? I knew somebody that joined the infantry at 26, and he was a stud of a guy. So don't be discouraged if that's what you want to do. Can you smoke weed in the military without them finding out? Absolutely. A lot of people did it. A lot of people did a lot of drugs, such as cocaine, weed, freaking acid, and never got caught. But do I recommend doing drugs? No, I do not. I'm not telling you to do drugs. But I just answered the question that person asked. So Al Pero says, I'm sorry for bad English. I'm an illegal immigrant. Can I join for green card? I do not believe so. You have to. I do not know. That is not a question I'm 100% on. I do not want to give you an answer. That's a wrong answer. I would honestly just talk to a recruiter, and they should be pretty chill about it. So that's what I would do. Tank Bank says, about to ship out this Monday. Good luck. I wish you the best. Pulley function tomorrow with a hike. Yo, I actually did a hike as a pulley, and it prepared me a lot. I was actually the recruiting station guide or whatever for 9 months at my recruiting station. I was in the pulley program for over a year. Yes, that's how dedicated I was to going to the Marine Corps. I was missing time. The reason why I tell people to spend time with their family, get themselves mentally ready, is because I was that guy who was like, fuck my family, fuck this, I'm about to go to the Marine Corps, fuck school, like, the Marine Corps is about to be my life. All right, I was like, I'm going to do 20 years like my granddad did. I'm going to try to beat him. I'm going to try to do 27. He did 26. And I was at the recruiting station every Tuesday, every Thursday, and every Saturday. And I did not spend time with my family. I did not, really just do any of that. So that's why I recommend you do that. But, hey, Marine Corps, my recruiters, really fucked us up worse at the pulley functions and PTs at the recruiting station than I actually got fucked up at boot camp. So I definitely recommend going there. Joseph says, do you get friends that are in different branches? I've always thought Navy would be all right. Yeah, we had corpsmen that are really cool guys and females that we were really cool with. So, yeah, you'll make friends in all branches. Is the Marines really that much different than the Army? Depends. Infantry-wise, no, not really. Sure, Marines train harder and probably better shots, better shooters. But as far as the branches go, It kind of depends on job wise. I would say the Army is a little bit better. You get treated a little bit better in the Army. That's my own opinion. Sony TV says, "Hey man, is MOS 0111? I guess that is admin. I guess that's what you're saying. Is a easy job. Can you tell me the pros and cons?" All right, you blew my comment section up with that. Let me see. Admin's a good job. Yes, everyone loves it. Can you tell me the pros and cons? Pros: you don't go to the field. You might not have to deploy. Depends on where you are stationed at, who you're attached with. Cons: you're not a grunt, so people might shit on you if you ever get stuck around some grunts. Cons: really don't know any other cons with that. Pros: you also have time to go to college. You have a lot of time to work out. You have a lot of time to spend with your family. Cons: you might not get to travel as much as grunts. I mean, that's really what I can do. All right. Yeah, if I promise you I will try to get to everyone's question. Can you please not spam, because it kind of takes away from other people asking questions. So please try not to spam. Alpero says, "Have you met any Muslim people in the military?" Yes, I absolutely have. There's all kind of nationalities, all kind of everybody in the military in general. So yeah, you're gonna meet a lot of cultures. You're gonna be able to experience a lot of cultures. That's another thing I loved about being in the Marine Corps or the military in general, is that you get to experience a lot of cultures, get to meet people you never thought you would have met. So, someone says, "Is silence golden when it comes to taking a drug test at MEPS? I'm trying to figure out I pass or not. I didn't expect to go to MEPS when I did, LOL, but I think I'm fine." Yeah, if you have not heard back from your drug test, then you are good. They would have told you, like, hey, your recruiter would have been like, yeah, you popped on your drug test, but you're good. And with the whole drug test, even within the Marine Corps, everyone takes a drug test, but they do not test everyone's P. You know what I'm saying? They select out of the box who's P to test. Just a fun fact. And there's also been people that just never went to go P and they never got tested. So Diego says, which brings me to my next question: how are the drill instructions or my seniors, I guess you meant drill instructors, or my seniors going to handle my name if they cannot pronounce it? Not going to lie, if your drill instructors cannot pronounce it, they're going to give you a nickname. It's probably going to be a funny one to everybody else, but they're going to give you a nickname, and the same thing with the seniors, honestly. They're just going to give you a nickname. Going to boot camp next Monday. Ryan H. says, thanks for all the advice in your videos. No problem. Glad to be a help, and good luck. Clay Parker, I was thinking of joining, but I have a CDL, and I think that would be the first MOS they would offer me. Probably. If you have experience there, they might want to, give you something in the job that you already have. Frank G says, what do you know about mental workers in the Marines? 1316. I didn't even know that was an MOS. Wow. Is that a good MOS? I would absolutely do that, because that's going to set you up for after the Marine Corps. That's funny. I never knew that was an actual MOS. JL at Ryan H. Good luck, and thank you for your service. Look at that. The motivation and the encouragement in the chat. Awesome. Ellis Tang says, do you agree with older vets saying that the Marine Corps has gotten soft? Absolutely. It got soft from just my time of being out and my time of being in. I'm telling you, when I joined at 2017, that shit sucked so bad. 2017, 2018 Marine Corps for me, horrible. I got in at the end of 2017. But, so 2017, 2018, 2019, the Marine Corps for me was horrible. 2020, oh my gosh, you couldn't even call people bitches. You couldn't even cuss at people. You had to call them teammates and things like that. So yes, Marine Corps is definitely way softer than it was for people that, were in like 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Way different Marine Corps. JL says, anyone here from Delco? If you know what Delco is, you know what it is. LOL. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Just see, Draymond says, Trell, what's your fastest 1.5 run time? 1.5 mile run time. I do not know, but I know my fastest 3 mile was in 1940. When I did my IST, I just know I blew it out the water. Like I said, I was play basketball when I was younger. I was already working out before I went to go join the Marine Corps. So the whole stuff like that wasn't really my problem. It was more so the mental stuff, but just getting myself ready mentally for boot camp. But I was also really motivated, so I already knew my general orders before I went. I knew the whole rank structure. Yeah, I was just really super motivated. It's actually really funny to look back on because I was like really expecting to do 20 years, but yeah, no. Will says, do you know specific MOSs that will pay good money in the civilian side? So, like, if you get into logistics, you get into avionics, if you get into any kind of computer job, any kind of, like, cyber job, mostly just any job other than the infantry, you probably get a good paying job. But don't get me wrong, even infantrymen, though, get good paying jobs. People get out, become linemen, they'll go work on pipes. It's just mainly hard labor stuff for infantry guys. Or they'll get out, go join the police department, go be a firefighter, go be an EMT, something like that. Anthony Garcia says, I wanted artillery, but there was no available contracts in my state. So I signed the CB contract, admin. But I really want artillery, but I'm leaving on the 18th. What should I do? I would have honestly just waited until you got that contract. That's what I would tell anybody. Do not settle for a job that you do not want. You got to think about, this is your life. These are 4 years of your life doing a job, for 4 years. So if you do not want to necessarily do that job, then wait for that job. Boot camp, the Marine Corps is not going anywhere. And you know what I'm saying? It can wait. But you can try your hardest to get a lat move after 2 years. Is it going to probably happen? To be honest, probably not. Or you can try to even lat move after 4 years and go do it. Will that necessarily happen? Maybe, maybe not. So, but if you still have the opportunity to not go, tell them you're not ready to go, and tell them you want to really do artillery instead of being admin. So that's what I would do. Jason Benson says, is infantry in 2020 a good idea? Yeah, you actually the infantry got a lot of new gear. They're changing, so if you're not wanting to be flexible, then I would say not to. But I mean, I don't recommend the infantry to people just because I know there's more and better things in the Marine Corps. I know everyone wants to join the Marine Corps to shoot guns and stuff like that, but the Marine Corps has a lot more to offer, and sometimes the infantry is just not what you expect. It's just really not. But if that's where your heart is going towards, then go do it. Say go for it. The Vault 2 Dreamy. If I join at 18, you think I would be good money-wise? Sure, for an 18-year-old, yeah, you're going to be making good money for an 18-year-old. As far as, like, how you spend your money, that's all dependent on how mature you are. Like I said, I was kind of immature. I got a credit card. I was blowing a lot of money, but I was having so much fucking fun. When I tell you I had the best time of my life in the Marine Corps, it was so much fucking fun. But, yeah, you'll be good. Diego says, no slack for us Italian guys. Guess I'm going to change my name. Would they be able to see that? I wouldn't change your name, man. That's your last name. That's what you have. You know what I'm saying? Like, on your uniform, you should be proud to have your last name on your uniform. Everyone has United States Marine. Not everyone has your last name. So don't change your last name. Kev Dollars says, can I join the Marines with a GED? Yep. Are the DIs Afghanistan, Iraq vets? Not necessarily, no. Thank you for your service, sir. So most of the DIs now, or admin clerks, or some of you might catch a guy that was in the infantry, but believe it or not, a lot of DIs are not actually infantry guys. A lot of the infantry guys are like going to SOI and MCT to work, or the black shirts that you see at freaking boot camp. So the guys that take you through BWT week and the Crucible and like the shooting range coaches, most of them are like infantry guys. But yeah, the Afghan, Iraq vets, most of them, if they're not already out, then there's very, very few left. And most of them are kind of older. They're kind of already into their MOS. They're kind of done probably being DIs and stuff like that. So yeah, you're not going to see too many Afghan or Iraq vets. Most of the recruiters are just admin guys or pogues, stuff like that. Trencher says, yo, what's going on, bro? You the reason I'm joining the Marine Corps. Well, thank you. I'm glad to have had that impact on your life. Hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully I'm able to help you out and really get you on the path to where you're going to go. All right, guys, I'm going to answer one more question. We're getting to an hour on the stream. That's what I try to do, is an hour every Friday. Usually I try to do it 8 p.m. Central Time. But like I said, sorry I was a little late today. Let me see. Let me find one. Alan G, just because you popped up, got you. I'm about to ship out this Monday. I'm nervous but confident about boot camp. I'm weak, skinny, but fast. I chose aviation mechanic as my MOS. I also chose to be a reserve in the USMC. Let's break this down. I'm about to ship out this Monday. Well, I hope you're ready. If not, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be fine. You're gonna kill it. You're gonna crush it. All right? It says I'm nervous but confident. That's all it takes. Confidence, mental. Boot camp is a mental game. Because guess what? You're not gonna be there forever. It's gonna eventually end. I'm weak. I'm skinny but fast. All right. So you might be weak now. You might be skinny now, but it's not gonna always be like that. You can still change that. You can change that. And the fact that you're fast, that's all you got to be able to really do in boot camp is move fast. Yell and move fast. I chose aviation mechanic as my MOS. Great MOS choice. I also chose to be a reserve in the USMC. All right, so all you got to do is make it through MOS, make it through boot camp, make it through MOS school, come back home. So you should be good, man. Alan G, you got this, bro. Hit me up after you get out of boot camp. Make sure to join a live or hit me up on Instagram. Let me know how it went. But I'm telling you, you're gonna be good, man. Just make sure you scream, like you said, move fast, like you already do, and be confident. Be confident in yourself that you'll make it through. Because I promise you will. I promise. I guarantee it. That 3 months from now, you're gonna be hitting me up like, yo, Trell, boot camp was a breeze. Appreciate it and all that stuff. But you're gonna be good. Alan G says, you guys are the reason I got confidence. I thank y'all for that. No problem. I wish you the best of luck. Make sure you hit me up after you get out and let me know how it goes. But guys, like I said, every Friday I usually try to give you an hour of Q&A for the Marine Corps stuff. I usually try to do it around 8 p.m. Central Time, but today I was a little late. Sorry. Hopefully I was able to freaking help somebody out any kind of way. Anybody that gave me a donation tonight, I really appreciate it. Any little bit helps. I hope everyone has a good weekend this week. I hope everyone had a safe and fun New Year's. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, Snapchat. Make sure if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also, check out the community tab. Sometimes I'll put on what time I'll do lives, but also you need to turn on notification bells because sometimes I just do pop-up lives, whether it's a live gaming stream, whether it's a live stream like this, a Q&A. So make sure you have on the notification bells on. Also, if you follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, you'll see more of a personalized life of Trell the Great. Also, you'll get reminders of upcoming stuff within my channel. But guys, thank you for joining. Thank you for chilling with me. Thank you for making me do my job and try to help y'all out, answering questions and all that stuff. But I will catch you guys later. Until next time, I'm out.